Nanak has sought the shelter of the Creator and he alone preserves his honor. Pauri, when sitting all by himself, the Creator created the visible expanse. Then he did not consult any one other slave of his. Then what can anyone take and what can anyone give when he did not create another like himself? Then, after manifesting the creation, the Creator Himself blessed all with His bounties. He Himself, through the Guru, instructs us to His service and Himself gives the name nectar to drink. The formless Lord Himself manifests Himself in form, and what He Himself does, that happens. Slok 3rd Guru. The Guru wards ever serve their true Lord and night and day remain absorbed in the Lord's love. They ever in bliss sing the true one's praise, and in this world and the world beyond keep him clasped to their heart. Within them abides the beloved, and this destiny was preordained by the Creator. Nanak says, in His grace, the Lord Himself blends them in His union. 3rd Guru. Merely by saying and narrating, the Lord is not attained. Night and day one ought ever to sing His praise. Without His grace nobody has obtained Him. Devoid of Him, men barking and bewailing have died. When man's mind and body are saturated with Guru's word, the Lord Himself comes and abides in his mind. Nanak says, by Lord's glance of grace, He is obtained and He unites man with Himself. Pauri, the Lord Himself is Vedas, Puranas, and all the Shastras. Himself He utters them, and Himself is He devoted to them. Himself, the Creator, sits down to worship in the world created by Him. He Himself is the householder, Himself a renouncer, and Himself He utters the unutterable. God Himself is all the virtue, and Himself makes men do virtuous deeds. Himself He remains aloof, Himself the Creator grants weal and woo, and Himself He bestows His grace. Slok 3rd Guru. O Sheikh, abandon violence of thy mind, abide in the Lord's fear, and shed thy madness. Through the Guru's fear, many have been saved. Abiding in fear, thou obtain the fearless Lord. Pierce thy stubborn mind with the holy word, so that peace may come to abide in thy mind. The virtuous deeds done in poise of mind are approved by the Lord. Nanak says, by lust and wrath none has ever attained God. Go and ask this of the enlightened. 3rd Guru. The self-willed is involved in the love of mammon and does not enshrine affection for the name. He practices falsehood, amasses falsehood, and falsehood he makes his sustenance. He garners the poisonous worldly wealth and dies. This wealth in the end is all reduced to ashes. Outwardly he performs ritual actions, pity, purifying rites, and self-restraint, but in his mind are greed and sin. Nanak says, whatever the self-willed person does, that is not acceptable, and he is dishonored at the Lord's portal. Pauri, the Lord Himself created the four sources of creation, Himself the power of speech, and Himself the worlds and solar system. He Himself is the ocean, Himself the sea, and Himself puts pearls therein. He whom God makes a pious person, him He Himself mercifully enables to find these pearls. Himself is He the terrible ocean, Himself the ship, Himself the pilot, and Himself going across. Himself the Creator does and makes other to do. None else is there who equals Thee, O Lord. Slok 3rd Guru. Fruitful is the service of the true Guru if someone does it with the devoted mind. Through it the name's wealth is obtained and the Lord spontaneously come to abide in the man's mind. Pain of birth and death is eradicated and one is rid of egotism and possessiveness. He attains the supreme status and remains absorbed in the true Lord. Nanak says, the true Guru comes and meets those who are so destined from the primal time. 3rd Guru. The true Guru is imbued with the name and he is the ship in this dark age. He who becomes Guru Vard and within whom abides he, The true Lord crosses the world ocean. He contemplates a name, gathers the name, and attains honor from the name. Nanak says he has found the true Guru and by his grace has obtained the Lord's name. Body. God himself is the philosopher's stone, himself the metal, and himself he transforms into the gold. Himself is he, the Lord, himself an attendant, and himself is he, the destroyer of sins. Himself, the Lord, enjoys all the hearts, and himself is he, the embodiment of all illusions. He himself is the discerner, himself the knower of all, and himself he breaks the bonds of holy men. Slave Nanak is never tired of praising thee, O God, the Creator. Thou art the great bestower of bliss. Slok 4th Guru. Without the true Guru's service, all the deeds done are bondages to self. Without serving the true Guru, man finds no place of rest. He dies to be born again and continues coming and going. Without serving the true Guru, one talks insipidly and name does not enshrine in his mind. Nanak says, without serving the true Guru, the mortals depart with blackened faces. After being bound down, are beaten in the city of the death. Third Guru. Some serve the true Guru in humility. They fall in love with the God's name. Nanak says they ennoble their own life and also save their generations. Body. The Lord himself is the school, himself the teacher, himself brings the students to the school. He himself is the father, himself the mother, and himself he makes the children wise. In one place, he himself enables people to read and understand everything. In another's place, himself he makes them puerile. To some inside thine mansion, thou callest when they were pleasing to thy mind. O Lord, those on whom by guidance of the Guru, Lord confers exaltation, are renowned at the eternal true